In Halo Wars 2, there are 7 ranks that you can achieve: Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Onyx, and Champion. To attain these ranks, you need to play in the ranked playlist of your choice and win matches to earn points that increase your rank. But losing a match will result in a decrease in points and ranking. This system is called Competitive Skill Rating, also known as CSR. However, despite its significance in the ranking system, CSR rank practically means nothing when searching for multiplayer matches, whether it is ranked or, surprisingly, unranked. The Halo Infinite multiplayer system has been plagued by this issue, which was recently fixed by 343 Industries. However, the system remains severely broken in Halo Wars 2, resulting in unfair matchups between players and teams in multiplayer mode. To address this problem, let's take a look at a remarkable website called Halo Warpoint. I will leave the link in the description below for you to check it out for yourself as well. Looking at my stats page on Halo Warpoint, despite my recent losses, you can notice that there isn't much information regarding CSR, except for my all-time highest CSR achieved. However, there is a mysterious number called MMR, which is visible for each category, such as Ranked Solo X War, Ranked 2v2 X War, and Ranked 3v3 X War. There's even an MMR for Team War, but I will discuss that later. The MMR is the true determinant of your skill level, as it dictates the quality of your opponents and, most importantly, your teammates in team matches. As shown, my MMR is 1.02, 2.15, and 1.7 for the respective categories, while my friend Apple Pie 57 has an MMR of -0.03, 2.03, and a 1.1 respectively to the category as well. Despite both of us being Onyx ranks, my MMR for 3v3 is higher than his. This means that I will be matched with a different set of players than him, even though we are at the same rank. It's worth noting that the MMR on the site is universal, so your past history of your matches won't show what your MMR used to be at that specific point in time. It will only display your current MMR. Let's examine some matches that I played to gain a better understanding of how matchmaking works. For instance, in this 2v2 game against Ola Soy Takato, whose MMR score is 2.68, and Poops the Exile with an MMR of 0.32, the total MMR ends up being 3. Meanwhile, my MMR score is 2.15, and my teammate Sprue10Ku001 has an MMR score of 0.63, which totals a 2.78 MMR. Notice how the total MMR is relatively close, which means that if I win this game, the system expects me to lose, so I will earn more points, whereas the enemy is expected to win, and thus if they lose, they will lose more points. Let's take a look at another match, in which Rag68 had an MMR of 1.01, and Truman444 had an MMR of 0.88, totaling to 1.89 MMR. Meanwhile, my teammate Alex in Effect had an MMR of 0.17, and my own MMR was probably lower than 2.15, but when combined, our MMR totaled to 2.32. Now, let's focus on a critical issue with matchmaking in this game. At that point in time, my MMR had to have been close to 2.0, and thus my MMR alone was higher than the total MMR of the enemy team combined. Therefore, the game expects me to carry, and they assign me with what the game thinks of a weaker player to ensure that our total MMR was not too high. This is a perfect example of being matched up with teammates who are significantly below the level of the enemy opponent to achieve a more balanced game. This match is a 2v2 game you saw in my previous video of the double bunker rush video, and I ended up winning the game by doing most of the heavy lifting. However, because of this mismatched matchmaking, I am not facing evenly matched opponents, and they gave me opponents who are better than my teammate but weaker than me. This issue with matchmaking demonstrates that my CSR rank means nothing during the search, and the MMR value does the heavy lifting itself. The worst part is that you are at a disadvantage when matched up against a full team. This is because their total MMR will always be locked, and the game will do everything in its power to put together a team that matches their MMR score. However, if it falls drastically in building the appropriate team, as demonstrated by my friend ApplePie57, he was matched up against one of the Halo YouTubers, Ed Greenall, and his crew. For some unknown reason, the game ended before it even started, but if you look at the total MMR on Apple's team and compared it to the Ed Greenall's team, you can see that Apple's team was significantly lower with a total MMR of 2.7 compared to the 4.18 of Ed Greenall's team. Apple always plays with randoms in 3v3 when I'm not around, so that's how I know his other two teammates were random. This highlights how broken the matchmaking system is and how the hidden value called MMR dictates your multiplayer experience, while your CSR means practically nothing. Even in Team War, there is an MMR value dedicated specifically for that mode, which you can only view by playing a multiplayer match of Team War and checking your game history. I would love for 343 to address this issue as they did to Halo Infinite. It is such a shame that this game continues to suffer due to the lack of support that 343 has provided, but there are things we can do to improve our multiplayer experience. Your MMR number can only be increased through wins and losses. Just like with CSR, if the game expects you to win, you will receive less MMR, but lose more MMR if you lose a game that you were expected to win. Thus, there are ways to raise or lower your MMR, but the best way is to honestly enter a multiplayer game with the intention of playing your best and, most importantly, having fun. Focusing solely on this number has been a rough experience for me, and I do not recommend fixating on it. Doing so will cause you to miss out on the amazing feeling of simply playing Halo Wars 2, experiencing epic battles, great comebacks, and amazing wins. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like or a subscribe. I also have a game development channel where I'm working on a game on the side. If you would like to support me through Patreon or other means, it would be greatly appreciated. You can download the game through Patreon right now as we speak as well. Finally, if you would like to join my Discord, please check the link down below. I'm always looking to commentate more games, and the more people, the merrier. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your day. See you all in multiplayer, and I'm out.